Yeah, we will. Hey, y'all, welcome to Streaming Matters, episode 50. Sorry, we were in the middle of talking before we started, before I hit the live button, so we will jump into some topics. I hope everyone's doing well. Let's take a glance over here. Hey, Juggernaut, what's up, buddy? Silva, Damien, we got Gilsmod, we got Ebony's over here, Nebula Builds. Graham was in here earlier. I think he might have rolled on out. Cosmic Evolution, what's up, buddy? Hey, Scott, how nice to see you. Thanks for joining the show. So we're going to just give it a few minutes. What we'll do is there's Bocacino. Bocacino. Is that how I say that? Bocacino. Hey, Dana. Did I say that? Did I say that right?
Now you got to wait a minute for it to get there. And then come back.
I'm asking you because well,
me.
If we had Blue here, she would be able to tell me. It's
Bocacino.
No, it's Bocacino.
Bocacino. It's Greek, isn't it?
Okay.
Hey, bud.
Why in the hell is my phone just automatically taking screenshots of Sirius XM radio and it's closed?
I don't know. That sounds to me like there's some fishy stuff going on. Hey, Mike, bud, what's going on? How's your week been? We'll touch base with everybody before we roll in any of these subjects.
My week's been great. I just do like I always do. I'm a night owl. I wear myself absolutely ragged just so I can lay down and sleep halfway decent.
And people that may not know, Michael is in the Cody Apps Telegram group. I know that's where I've seen him from. And Cody Apps posts again about movies and stuff, but lots of APK talk on that. So hopefully, we can, because on this show now, we're not just talking about Cody. So we're talking about devices and streaming and options as in APKs or Plex or just so many things. So we're going to we talk about a lot of different items. So we got Mike on here, might be able to touch on some of the APK things. All right. So I'm going to say, hey, what's up? What's up, Carl?
Hello.
Welcome. What's going on for you this week?
Busy week for me this week. Did my first public speaking event on Tuesday in a room of 40 business owners and engineers around a topic, which was quite interesting. I enjoyed it, and now I've got the bug and I want to do a few more public talks. So I've got 2 more that I need to find for this year. It was my first time ever doing it. I've always spoken to people internally at work and such, and obviously doing this, but talking in front of people where they can actually see you, it's quite a different thing. But no, I really enjoyed it. Other than that, work has just been incredibly busy. Family's been busy. I've been sourcing a lot more websites and trying to decode some more links for some new add-ons. So as everyone knows, last week I relaunched Just For Him, Lesbi Friends, and the infamous News 12 that pisses off Husham. So they're out there at the moment from spankbank.cf. But I'm just looking for more links now. So I'm just sort of, I'm actively sat here searching through porn, but not actually watching it. So I'm doing all the hard work and not enjoying it. Especially when you sat here watching it and then your missus walks in, it's like, what are you doing? Porn? Dear? Porn?
Yeah.
It's porn, right? Yeah. It's great.
Doing this for everybody.
Yeah. Making money. Not really making money, but if I tell her I'm making money, she's fine with it.
Yeah. I've looking forward to beta testing that for you. I'm happy
to send it to you.
I like to help because I do that as a community service.
Check
out to make sure the quality is good, make sure that you're getting the proper links because we want to be able to get everything. Hey, Loki, Trooper, what's up, buddy? We got Louise has jumped over here. JJ Cord Cutters, Mandy in the house. Man Cave is rolled in there. Hey, guys, thanks for joining. And you had your public speaking, your public appearance and speaking.
Yeah, public speaking event. Yeah. So I had to do a talk on a subject called DevOps, which is basically 2 teams working in collaboration to release code efficiently to the business and making sure that they're all working towards the same goal. It's this buzzword that recruiters are using, and they're basically using it in a way to get jobs and essentially just be Linux engineers or Windows engineers or cloud engineers and I had to do this talk, and the opening line to my talk was, I sort of explained that the guy that asked me to do it, I went, "Are you sure you really want me to do this? Because DevOps isn't real; it's a shit thing, and it's all bollocks." And everyone just kind of looked at me, and then I explained why, and I got a couple of laughs and whatnot. So I had a great time. It's just really awkward standing there, and I saw the list of people that were attending on the morning of the Tuesday, 12 o'clock on the Tuesday. So by 12:05, I'd ripped up my entire presentation and started it again.
Ooh.
That was quite awkward.
Yeah, got intimidated with who was going to be there.
Yeah, there were some very, very big people, some very well-respected engineers that I know throughout my career in the Manchester area, because I work in and around Manchester, the UK, and it's a very big tech hub. There's a lot of companies that are leveraging cloud technology and stuff. So it was awkward, but it was good fun, and I really enjoyed it. Once I got into it, really sort of had some fun with the crowd, and just got going and got a nice sort of thank you and some nice comments on LinkedIn and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to doing the next one. I've just got to find them now.
Yeah, I've always struggled with speaking in public. Yeah,
it's kind of different because you can't see people; they can see you.
Well, I've had, I've had public speaks. Well, when I was at church, spoke in front of the church numerous times with different things, and then even when I was for the Cub Scouts for our town for 4 years, I was the pack leader for the town. So I'd have to go to the schools, and I'd have to talk in front of all the kids. Parents, so they make a small joke, and then that always kind of my nerves go down. Roll, then I'm on a roll. So
that's the leader of the pack.
Yeah, hey, that was
vroom, vroom.
That was
what it's done is it's now fueled me onto other things. So I was toying with the idea last year, towards the end of last year, to release my own YouTube channel. I mean, I used to have one years ago with Android TV boxes when it was a business that I ran. And I had loads of videos, but I've decided to I've got so much to say because I've got 21 years of experience. I've been doing it, for 21 years commercially, and 23 years I've been playing. I started when I was 14. And so what I've decided, having spoken to a couple of the people there, was to sort of gauge what they would be interested in looking at on YouTube. And I've looked around on YouTube at some of the topics that I discuss in my tech community and realized that some of the videos potentially could have been done better. So I've decided I'm going to release my own YouTube channel specifically for the tech area that I deal in, and do some very personal videos around sort of explaining a few things, and then doing some demos and some one-on-one training. And yes, I'm going to be starting that very soon, which it just, as you know, finding time to sit down and record a video is really difficult.
Well, usually because for me, I have to do it like 4, 5, 6, 7 times in a row before I'm like, okay, I like that one good enough. I'm gonna stick with it. Because you say, I skid about.
So I'm gonna jump into that. I've got a few things I want to talk about. A few things I'm gonna sort of show to people. I've started building a couple more presentations so that if I ever do get asked again, I've got an arsenal of presentations I can take along and just work through. So yeah, this year for me is all about emphasizing my public speaking and getting me out there in front of the people that I need to be in front of to be a trusted source for what I do. So yeah, that's what I'm doing this year. It's a busy year for me.
All right. Well, I'm here to help get you out in front of the people. So,
mate, I love it. Love it.
Hey, I thought let's go ahead and we'll start on a subject. And this was a subject that we talked a little bit off pre-show, and that was the big talk of Zion TV and the Zion TV, and for some of the people that may not know, and I see Perks as well. Hey, Perks and Wayne. For Zion TV is an APK which offered TV and movies. I don't know. Did it offer live, Mike? Do you know?
No, I don't think it offered any live.
Okay, so I knew it was TV and movies, and to be honest,
TV does, but
yeah, I messed with it just for like a day when I heard someone post about it about a month ago.
It's a beautiful UI. The UI is incredible.
So the guy that created it, it's been released, and anybody that's in the APK, if you install APKs, you know there's modded versions, and the modded versions are always to remove ads because people don't want to see ads. So that is always added, or people create a mod. They go and take the APK, they remove the ads and however that format is to take it out of the APK. Then they release it and they'll call it a modded version or an ad-free version. And so what that does is it eliminates the way that a APK developer, releaser, whatever you want to call them, APK developer to earn money off of the APK, which is through ads. And so that eliminates that. And that's been going on since APKs have been released. I mean, I don't know a single APK that had ads that you didn't see an ad-free version. So nothing new there. And even Zion released, they even had a Zion Club. And I saw people posted about Zion Club, and you could join it. And it was a premium service, and I believe it had torrent scraping. I believe I read that. Do you know if that's true, Michael?
I don't know. I don't know about the torrent scraping, but I know that there's two sides to every story, and you know, all it takes is one person to get the ball rolling, whether they're right or wrong, and it blows all out of proportion. Now, I read some of the posts that was being flashed around. So you heard this, and you know, and Zion, the Zion dev says basically no. He said I approached people about what they thought about certain ideas that I did not implement, but I wanted to get the community's opinion, you know. And you know, someone brought up about Mobgrow using the cryptocurrency mining in exchange for not having ads, and you know, the Terrarium TV dev, you know, sending notifications to everybody's devices that they needed to uninstall Terrarium because they were being logged.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, and we never really heard any hide or hair proof about that.
Well, yeah, you didn't hear any no proof of that, but with this, and I'll go through and I'll read it. I was going to send Juggernaut posted he had a show about this, so I'm going to send him a link or a link to the show, and he can jump on because I saw that they were talking about this because this is the big hot button subject about with streaming right now. And hold on a second, Jug, I'm looking for you on my list here. Why don't I see you? How about I do a search?
Well, I mean, my thing is, I mean, I don't use apps that stream 4K or nothing, but you know, as far as the regular free links that people can use with Zion or with Cinema HD or any of them other third-party apps that aren't in the Play Store. This past week, I've removed the ads from seven streaming apps from the Play Store that have lightning fast links.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I mean, one is somebody's clone of another one, but they're different colors, slightly different themed and whatever. But they all use links that are either the same for 2 or 3 of them, or slightly different. But they're all fast, load in 2 or 3 seconds, and you're streaming and they're stable.
Yeah. Well, let me. You talked about what, and I'm going to read this, and I will actually post the link over here too. Hold on a second. I'm going to post this link to the show, guys, over here. So if you think I'm reading incorrectly, this was from Reddit, and this is the developer, the Zion developer, and that's his name is Zion developer, and it says it is a discussion. Hey, it does say discussion, and so he goes through there saying yesterday. He took his servers down for a little bit to do checking logs and this and that. Found 35% of his users were mod users, meaning people that were using a modded APK that removed ads. And he blames YouTubers and this and that for linking to these modded versions, which I don't know. I've never done a video on these, so I'm assuming that that's probably true. I've seen people. And And he says, note, yes, technically I could have disabled them from the server, but I am looking for something more than that, something that will take away users' interest in mods rather than the app itself, and something that I will also encourage the YouTubers to link to the original over the modded versions, which also in turn will take away modders' interest to mod rather than to dig deeper. So suggest something else. So suggest something else other than this one. And he says, so here's a few from my side. He says, I am interested to see what you guys think I should do as a community. Mod users, please refrain from voicing your opinions here. I am sure that you have your reasons to use a mod, but this discussion is for people who support the project. And he says, option 1. Log mod users for IP addresses, timestamps, and content accessed, and keep this information to be used as I see fit if it ever comes to that. Number 2, crypto mining. Mine cryptocurrency in the background. From my experience, this will only overload the device for very little money. Third option, use a device as a proxy server. This will essentially turn their devices into a proxy server, which will be rented to others. Not a fan of this. Everything else that comes to mind is rather more malicious, so no point in exploring that, that's more malicious than what he's already explained is kind of, I don't know, it's amazing to me. Most grateful way to deal with this, in my opinion, is to simply let the users know that this mod is an app, and now they are being logged. Let me know what you think. And so he's asking for people's opinions. Yep. Now, first of all, my first thing is he says, all right, he wants to log modded users of their IP address, timestamps, content access. Well, how do you log the modded users, but not all the users? So how are you figuring out of just logging the people that are using the modded version without logging everybody?
Unless he knows how to tie in a connection that looks for the code that's missing in the modded apps that make the app a mod, as opposed to the unmodded versions that won't have that line of code missing, then that's the only way I would see you could do it, to separate it.
I don't know. To me, it just seems, how do you log one without not logging all of them? And this goes back.
I can't think of a way that you would. Surely you'd be logging everyone that makes a request to the server, unless, as Michael says, you've got some sort of phone home code that checks for a specific string or checks for a specific function that doesn't exist, and then records that.
But it happens. I've got an app on my tablet right now. I can't remove the ads from, because this app is solely dependent on the Google Ads GMS string number, which it has 2 instances of the string numbers in the manifest. I mean, in the string, and then when you go over to the res folder, or in another XML file, there's two more instances of that same number, and even so, if you just rebuild the app and don't make a single edit, but you rebuild it anyway in the APK editor, it still kills the server connection.
Yeah.
When you install it as it is from the Play Store, it works. It's beautiful, and you get the ads. But if you just simply hit the build button and don't touch it, and just let it rebuild, just the fact you rebuilt the app severs that connection from being able to watch any movies on it.
Well, isn't that because your if you decompile an APK and you recompile it, actually is going to change your what do you call it? The ID on it, the signature ID.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Apparently. Yeah. And see, I don't know enough about them to know how to work around that yet. I just know certain things to look for to get rid of the ads.
And I'm right along lines there with you, Todd. Is that you can't have one without the other. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you're going to keep reading the article on there, but you can tell where the true intentions come from the developer himself. Yeah. So
I mean, the bit where he says I could turn this into a botnet, by renting it out to someone else.
Yeah, the proxy
screams walk away. Yeah, the proxy server is essentially turning your device into a botnet, something that we've screamed about for ages. Don't ever do. Be careful about what you install. And this guy turned around and said, look, because people keep fucking with my shit, I could potentially turn all your boxes into I could.
Says he
didn't
could.
say he's going to. He said I could. That's right. Yeah. So I'll get my wording right. I could turn your box into a botnet. That to me screams walk away. It doesn't matter whether he's or not. He has made an intent. Walk away.
This is the thing. Where do you draw the line at to count what's color and what's gray? Because people are also saying in there, hey, you know, you're charging for pirated content, but you know, the other side of that is no, I'm charging you for the additional features and a better experience with my app.
Okay, so let me ask this question.
Right.
So where is he getting his content from?
From scrapers.
Okay, are those scrapers? Are those his servers?
No, Universal's.
Huh?
Universal scrapers.
What, Universal scrapers, or he's using Open Load, or he's using Stream Mango.
Okay, for the Club Zion. That's what I'm wondering.
Right. So he's using, though he doesn't host these videos. He is just scraping or pulling content from someplace that already houses that stuff. All those sites have ads, right? We've talked about that in the show numerous times. Those sites need the ad revenue from you going there and clicking it. It's got a little ad. They get a few cents for every time someone comes on there. That's how they make their money. That's how those websites stay active. That's how they have bandwidth. So with what Zion is basically bypassing the website's ads, correct? I mean, you're not seeing the ad from Mango, but you're seeing his ad. So it's like, I want to put my ad up here, and I want you to watch my ad. But I'm not going to – it's okay if you don't see Stream Mango's ad, because I really don't care about his ad. I care about my ad because I'm paying for a server. Well, you wouldn't have content if Stream Mango didn't have that content somewhere down the line. So to me, it's almost you're talking on both sides of your face, because how can you say that I can block somebody else's ad, but I don't think it's right that somebody blocked my ad? So to me, it's critical. I'm thinking you're a hypocrite, because how can you say it's okay to block Stream Mango's, let's just say that ads, but it's not okay to block my ads? So to me, how do you do both ways? And you see that he's like, well, I'm going to do this to fight back. Where does he draw the line? I think Carl said it's the right thing. It's scary, because he's already kind of said, well, I could do these things. Yes, he could.
Yeah. What he's doing is, the reason he's kicking off is because people have taken his hard work. So ignore the sites that have got the videos on. Okay, so if we take away the content, he's built the interface. So he's built this app. The interface is, from the screenshots, it's amazing. It's a really nice UI. Credit to the guy. It's fantastic.
It definitely is pretty original.
He's built this really nice original UI that no one else has done. He's really put some effort into it, because, you know, the fan art looks fantastic. It's got a real Netflix kind of vibe and an Amazon Fire Stick kind of vibe to it, and it's clean and it's generic. It's just amazing, right? So that's what he's doing. He's basically saying, look, I built this with my own free time, whether he built it or whether he farmed it out to India or I had someone build it for him. He's spent his time and money on that. So what he's doing is he's saying, look, I built this, and you motherfuckers out there are just basically taking my hard work and you're removing my adverts. I'm having an advert because I feel that what I'm giving you makes money, is worthy of a charge. So
he's paying. He said
you either have my advert, or you pay me $1.25 a month over a year per month, and I'll take those adverts away. So he's basically saying, look, if you use it for free, you can get my adverts. That gives me some revenue. If you pay me for Zion Club, I get revenue from that way, and I'll give you a couple of extra features, and I'll remove the adverts. The thing that he's kicking off about is because he's spent all the time and effort building this thing. People are coming along, decompiling it, changing the name, and then releasing it as their own. It's not the first time it's happened. It's not going to be the last time. I mean, God, we all do it, right? All the IPTV providers out there right now are doing the same thing to Smarter's IPTV Pro. Because you can pay Smarter's $20 a month, and they'll give you a version with just a changed logo, right? And I see so many people going, "We've got this custom Android app." No, you haven't. You've got Smarter's, and all you've done is you've either decompiled it, and moved the stuff around in the MDHI folder, or you've just paid Smarter's 20 quid.
Well, those who have been involved with are using TV Zion are hearing from the developer from day one. The developer always said, "I'm not going to put a monetization evaluation or to get money from the app," and then all of a sudden now,
well, he's right then, because
there was ads in there, and again, many people, including myself and anybody who's talked about it, said, Stay away from the apps and put a donation button, because you'll make more on your donation button than your little pittance on the ads, and that will almost eliminate those wanting to mod it because to remove the ads. So you're still going to have a donation button. So, but they turn around and do this, and Todd, if you keep reading and that, you find out the hidden agenda is it's like the shit sandwich is that. I'm ticked at this because somebody, they're modding this like that. This is what I can do, but I'm not doing it. But on top of it, if you are part of the Zion Club, you don't have to worry. So again, it's all about the money, because he does go on to say, I guess I'm going to have to rethink it or see if it's well worth it. But those who are in the Zion Club will still get the app. Okay, so it's all about your almighty dollar.
Yeah.
All right, most of us have been in Cody for a long time. Yep. Used to be Cody streaming, whatever, we'll go, because it goes both ways on that. It was never about money. But then, I'm sorry, the stalker to me was the cancer that brought that easy dollar into Cody and got people comfortable paying money, and it just snowballed since then. And now everybody is wanting a little bit of cut, want this, I want that. Everybody's wanting some money. Now, if it comes down to, I see it as it comes to egos and money. It's those are the two things that it becomes, because it's like, how dare them take my project? How dare them use my project and take away the ads or clone it and make it something else? And I want to show how I'm going to make the cash that I need. Now, it says on his thing that he needs it for server costs, and I don't know what the server costs are. But if you have a Zion Club where people are paying, and the people, if you read, I read through it, I posted the link over there. People feel free to look at. There is some people pretty pissed off that are Zion Club members that said, I've been paying for this add-on, and you know what? Forget you. I am not going to be treated like this and threatened, because this, to me, even if you don't do it, if you say that's what you could do. If I went to my work and said, I'm really getting tired of how I'm getting treated around here, I could bring a gun tomorrow. Well,
I
didn't bring a gun, but I said that I could. Well, just because I said I could, believe me, the police will be at my work. My boss will have me in their office. I will leave in handcuffs. Not because I did it, because I said, you know what, I could do that. So, you can say, well, I said that these were my options, but you've created a threat, and not a little threat. I mean,
if you threaten the community of the people that pay you money, they will be the first people to turn their back on you. Yeah. You don't make threats like that. They are very malicious intent threats. I could turn your box into a proxy. Yeah. I could monetize from your box by using blockchain. I could do this, I could do that. Those are some very, very serious things. And that's for anyone to make that threat, especially to people that have been buying or using his add-on, even if you don't pay for it and you watch the normal version and you've got his adverts, right? You're giving him money. You're following him, you're believing in him, and you're giving him money. And then for him to turn around and say, well, I could do this. You've uninstall as quick as you possibly can. Just get it off your box, man, because you don't know what the guy could do. Because he could turn around, you know what, one day wake up and go, fuck you. It's like a falling down moment with Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
Sat there in the car and go, do you know what? Fuck all this. Get out of the car and start shooting people. But obviously not start shooting people, but start, putting things on the box.
Yeah. And it's scary. Go ahead, Jug.
And everybody will agree, and regardless whether you are a Kodi user, a build developer, a themer, an APK developer, whatever it is, we all live, or we all actually circle around the premise that everything that we're going to do, we're going to trust people. So we're going to trust those who develop the add-ons are giving us good quality. We're going to trust Real Debrid is not logging our actual IPs, which of course they are, but I mean, we're going to trust that somebody who develops an APK like this isn't doing what he suggested he could do. So the moment that trust is broken or under review, or you have any hesitation, you have people that are already stated in the chat that I'm just going to delete it because we have so many other ones available. You can't do that. And Carl is right. You sat there and you basically just put it in your mouth and pulled the trigger.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And to me, it's what are your purposes? What are your reasons? What's your motivation? And it scares me when you hear someone say it. I think of, and we'll go back to the history lesson and O'Neill and Blue. We remember the day when Lambda added to the Exodus code, wasn't it Exodus code, and put in where he was DDoSing a website and some add-ons.
Yeah, for personal, because he was pissed off, eh?
He was pissed off at the guy because they said they were going to DDoS him. They were going to release his information. They said they were going to do all these little things. And he wrote code inside of Exodus, which at the time was it was Exodus, the biggest add-on out there, TVA's big add-on. And millions of people had this and were DDoSing a website, and people freaked out. I remember when we saw the code, and some of the guys in our chat back then found it, and they said, can anybody explain what this is? And we all were talking, and then it got leaked to Twitter. And it's like you put your trust inside of somebody, and then they do something like that. And it's scary. But it just tells me, that gives me their motives, their motivation, and it makes me nervous. And I'm not a super fan of APKs. I have a few. But definitely there's more APKs out there. Maybe that's what he wants. He wants to get rid of users. Maybe he's trying to move people on. I don't know. It's just the trust factor is definitely injured in this. So yeah, I don't know if this add-on will recover. Again, how many people, let's see. All right. Well, for people that have APKs or have add-ons, how many of you guys have had your add-ons stolen? Blue could probably say, when she was in Phoenix, how many times was her list and her whole add-on copied and stolen and stuck in somebody else's add-on, and they just renamed it. Mm-hmm. So,
well, the one thing that I can see some questions out there, and from GoPro Donnie and stuff, what a lot of people need to understand is that because we have established, or it looks so far in appearance, is that he's not hosting anything. He's not providing a list. He's not providing scrapers. He's not providing that. So his server rental is just for storage of his app, nothing else. Okay, and so any money he's making. Okay, so are you getting that many downloads that your bandwidth, or you paying an absorbent amount of money for a server? And because it is only being downloaded and installed, and he is not hosting, or he's not, everything being ported through him. So then he can only log, if he chooses to do that, he can only log everybody's IP address, not just those that are using the modded version. So he puts a scare into people saying that I'm just going to show the modded version, or just log the modded version. So it's part and parcel. Like Carl said, there's some people that were asking in chat. I thought he was just threatening those who use the modded version.
There's no way of differentiating between the two, though.
Yeah, that's
unless he's got some sort of phone home code that is looking specifically for a function that doesn't exist, which is going to be very difficult. But I'm not an Android developer, so I can't confirm. Someone out there who knows Android better than me can confirm that.
Yeah. And that's
personally, I'd take it as a compliment. I'd take it as a compliment if somebody, every time I pushed a new update to block their mod and they found another one, I would take it as a compliment. They thought my app was that worth it to invest their time in to keep up with it.
Yeah, but it's
you know,
it's he feels like he's losing out on the money part of it, the financial part. And he's like, I know he posted that it was his servers were being hit, and but
that server's being hit.
Right, it goes back to, you guys remember when Terrarium TV got in trouble? Do you remember it was requested the logs? They requested the logs, and he even posted at that time that he was going to start, when he didn't want people using Terrarium anymore. He says, I'm going to start creating logs so that I can able to turn them over if I need to. If Acer or whoever goes after Zion and then says, hey, we need to see those, here's a court order, we need to see those logs. Legally, if it was a court order, he could possibly have to turn those over, because if you're saving those logs, that's just one paper trail. Do you want to have that out there? I mean, and I do. Bogachino said one thing he says here, and it's that Lambda didn't create this for money, but to damage a box seller who was making money and he wasn't doing this to make money. He was going after, but he used his users as a botnet or as a tool to go after a website and a box seller add-on. He used his add-on, and the people that were using his add-on in good faith, he used that add-on to become a weapon against somebody else. So because the end user had no option on, do I allow that code or don't I allow that code? It was never asked. It was added, and then they were being used as a pawn or a weapon. They didn't know. So to me, he was using his add-on as a weapon to go after somebody, or
he still consciously did it. He still did it though.
Even though he wasn't trying to go after the money, he wasn't, but he did use the add-on as a weapon.
I bet part of it. I bet part of it is the Zion developer probably has started feeling like he's a little bit inferior, because every time he thinks he's got a leg up, someone else gets a leg up on him.
Maybe.
There's always going to be.
But maybe psychological in part too.
But who gives a flip? To be honest, who cares if you're the best add-on out there? Who cares? Because that's all opinion. Who cares if you're the best build or the best APK or the best whatever? Because guess what? That's an opinion, and there's no. Who
some
cares?
People are that psychotic.
If you have to have someone pat you on the back, you're in this for the wrong reason. But there's a lot of people that need that pat on the back, and I always tell people, watch for that. I watch for that stuff. When you see those people that have to be patted on the back about how great everything that they do, it doesn't have to be in trying to be the best or trying to be this or that. You're never going to be the best, because there's no true measurement. We don't have a championship of builds where they're going to go up one-on-one and we get to battle it out, or the best APKs battle it out. There's no. It's all in what
cool though.
We're about to have some royalty join us.
Royalty.
I've just been asked for the link, and I've just sent it. And
well, hey, let me say hello to Blue, since we were in the middle of a conversation.
I was going to say royalty's already fucking here.
No.
I tried saying Blue when you first came in.
Sorry, I was just playing with my new toy. Yeah, that sounded really gross. I was just playing with.
Save that for the after show, please.
I was just playing with my new Samsung Gear VR.
Oh,
that's what you call it now.
Yeah, that's what I'm calling it. I gave it a really, really weird name.
Well, hey, support Cody. I got my new my Cody 18 shirt.
Nice.
Support Cody, even if they broke up with me and blocked me on Twitter, I still support.
They blocked you from Twitter?
Yeah, they blocked me.
Why?
I don't know. They didn't send me a breakup letter. They just blocked me. I mean, so I guess
they blocked me too.
My show's popular enough, or I got tagged in something they didn't like. I don't know. But you know what's funny is my on Twitter, my background is Cody is a hobby, not your cash cow. because there's so many people that are just there to cash in on it. But I guess, I don't know, maybe my show or tagged in with JS, I don't know, somehow, but yeah, they broke up with me. So yeah, that's a hard one. So let's see. I'm gonna roll through some of the, see if they had some of these questions. I saw Muad said just snake the API and make your own just snake the API and make your own APK for it, or Cody add-on, cough cough. And there is so many ways around this. I am Negro. I am Negro. Really? Until I read it out loud. Way to go.
YouTube literally blocking you right now.
There's an app called APK Cloner.
So it has so Real Debrid track your IP. Of course, Real Debrid has to track your IP when you connect, because when you sometimes connect from an outside API or IP, sometimes they'll send you said this IP doesn't look normal. Is this true that this is really you? So they are, but I wouldn't. They're not. They've been around a long time. They haven't turned over any. They haven't turned over logs, so I would not be too worried about that. What's up, Griff?
How you doing?
Oh, it's about freaking time.
Hey, lads, banter.
That can't be the royalty, though.
It's royalty. Come on.
I'm just here for the pikey poem.
So, hey, Donald had a question in here. It says, need more information on add-ons and torrent scraping. Do you have to go into the add-ons and turn this feature on or off if you're not using Real Debrid? These add-ons, it does have an on feature, and I did a video, and I'm sure there's been lots of people that have done videos on this, where go into the resolve URL and you turn on the torrent scraping or allowing torrents. And normally in the add-on, you will allow Real Debrid. So if you allow Real Debrid and then you go into URL resolver and go into the Real Debrid, you actually could turn it on or off. If you don't have Real Debrid, it won't connect. If you had, like, let's say you have an add-on and you have Real Debrid turned on, but you don't have Real Debrid, you can see the links. Okay, you will see the deb links, but when you click them, they're going to skip. They're going to keep skipping and skipping, because what they do is when the resolver calls back to Real Debrid and says, "Hey, I got a connection from this IP address. Is it okay that they watch it?" Real Debrid says, "That's not on our record. You're not linking to us." The next one comes in, "Hey, can this IP join you and use Real Debrid?" Real Debrid looks at it. "No, that IP is not part of our records. We're skipping it." So you can turn on Real Debrid and see the links and it not work. So you have to do both things. The add-on has to allow it and go into resolve URL and to turn it on to be able to get the torrent links. And torrent links, again, those are not, you're not linking to you're not linking to Pirate Bay or some torrent site and pulling it from that. You're actually pulling from Real Debrid where they have downloaded it. So you're actually just streaming from Real Debrid like you would a lot of Real Debrid links. So that's how that works.
Now, Peter Carcione, or I guess it's how you say his name,
yeah.
Carcione, or whatever, on YouTube, he covers a lot of different things. I mean, a whole wide variety of different things. Kodi, Plex, apps, I mean, you name it, he's covered it.
Yeah, he does. Peter does a wide gambit of stuff as well as devices. I mean, he covers a lot of different items. But I will say, all right, so Donald says he's worried about the torrent scraping feature of it. Again, you're not joining a torrent site or a torrent server or a torrent. You're not joining Pirate Bay or a swarm. And I explained that in the last show. I explained it in my video. The way that torrents work is, let's say that you want to watch a certain movie, and this you join a Pirate Bay, or let's just say Pirate Bay because it's easy. So you join Pirate Bay and you're like, I want to watch that particular movie. And you join a swarm, which that means that's people that have that movie or are downloading part of that movie. So that all these people are sharing that movie. So you join that swarm. Your IP address is known amongst all those people. that are in that swarm. And that's how ACE or MPAA gets people's IP addresses, because they join that swarm and they log all the IPs, send out letters to those IPs, ISPs, and say, hey, this person was downloading whatever movie on this date, and ISP will send you a letter. So that's how a torrent works. But the way that Real Debrid does it, Real Debrid goes to Pirate Bay or whatever. They download that particular movie. They put it on their hard drives, their server, their cloud. It's on their cloud. And when you click to watch that torrent on Real Debrid, you join it. You're not joining the torrent scrape. You're not joining that torrent where it's Pirate Bay. You're joining Real Debrid that has that on their cloud. So that's how that works. I want to say there is some old torrent scraping like Ace Streams.
How was it with Showbox? Showbox was torrent link.
Yes, Showbox was doing. You joined the swarm. You joined the swarm like Ace Streams. Ace Streams used to do the same thing. Everybody has bits and pieces and to share it. It's a great way of sharing the load. The speed is great because you're not hitting one server. Everybody's like uploading a little bit at a time.
Right.
So you're
excuse the ignorance here. If you're going to do torrents, why don't you just download them then?
Well, yeah. Well, you can, but with the if you're wanting to download torrents, it's easy to do it that way. But with Real Debrid, basically all you're doing is it just gives you another server to pull from. So you're not even downloading it. It's just another server, like a new scraper site. And it's a little bit confusing for some people to know how the torrent works. As I try to explain what's Real Debrid torrenting and what's real torrenting. They're two different things.
All right, I've not watched the video, so I don't know.
So yeah, and Louise, I see. Is Real Debrid? I've had Real Debrid forever, and it's worth it. Hey, Miss Kara.
Yo, motherfuckers!
Hey, she's there.
What's happening? What's happening?
We're just living it up. I'm glad that you and Griff could call us from the bed.
Yeah, see, he always wakes me up. See that, man? It's like, get up, get up, get up.
How did you do that? Did he have you in the back?
I just fart. I fart and pull the covers over her head.
Well, hot boxing.
So, how's everybody? So, who's on the show? Because I think there's a few people I don't know.
Okay. Hold on.
There's him. And there's
wait a minute. Before we start, human trafficking is real. Just so
Say, don't start.
All right. So, we got Blue is in here. O'Neill is in here. Michael Nix. He's with Cody Apps. He is one of the admins in Cody Apps Telegram group. And we got Juggernaut. Juggernaut has a YouTube page. He's a builder. I think he's got. Do you have an add-on, Jug? No add-on, but he's got a builder. He has his YouTube page. He's been around for a while now. In a couple different groups and learning different stuff and trying to. He's one of the people like me try to just share some knowledge. If you find something out, try to talk about it and inform people.
And
I like your new mic. Your new mic's nice.
Yeah, it's fancy.
Yeah,
this was a gift from Blue.
And Todd.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I'm also the one of the admins in the Supreme Builds group. So I have Juggernaut build, and I also maintain Titanium.
Oh, the best build in all the world, because I remember Husham used to say that the best build ever. That's what it is. And one of the guys at my work always talks, whenever he says titanium, he'll say, we'll talk about something. He'll say, oh, that titanium build, that's the best build ever. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, that's what Husham said. And now every week that's what Husham said. I'm like, well, I know that build got Husham probably about 1 million views, because whenever I saw the views for his videos for that was outrageous. So, in which I know Lee. Lee's a great guy. Great, nice guy. He has a YouTube channel, talks about the shield all the time. So it's a great guy to follow if you have a shield, and he'll show you how to do a lot of different stuff on it. But yeah, he's a good guy. I've known him for a long time.
Who were you talking about earlier? That's a thieving bastard that's stealing add-ons. Who was that?
Not stealing add-ons. He's just basically He's basically trying to own at people about copying his APK.
Who is it?
Yeah, Zion TV.
Oh,
Which you don't use APK, so you guys don't know about that.
You should have a look at the UI though, guys. It's really nice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt that it's pretty. All right, hey, I got another subject. I'm gonna move on to another subject. I was reading on Twitter. In the U.S. we have a government shutdown. Does everybody know? You all know that we have a government shutdown.
Oh yeah.
You have a government? When did that happen?
Yeah, we have a government. We left the Queen a long time ago. So, so we have a government shutdown, and we found out that Pornhub in the D.C. area has had a spike of views since the government shutdown. So I was just thinking, there's so many DC workers, which we have a lot of
DC wankers.
Oh yeah. So you've got everybody in the DC area seeming to want to watch Pornhub, which I thought was
the most popular video was blonde bitch fucking 20 million Americans at once.
They just want to get their freak on.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty funny about the Pornhub finding a spike in the DC area due to.
What's interesting is that these people like that, they actually do release their stats, and they're very interesting to actually read and see what people are into.
Well, yeah,
and they're very demographical as well. You can see, around the world what people are looking for and everything. And it is interesting. The government shut down. People went home and wanked. Don't blame them.
we might find a spike in births in the next a little over 10 months or a little less than 10 months.
No. So you do because you have to stick a penis in something for a baby to occur. Just sitting there and having a one off the wrist doesn't mean it's going to produce a baby.
Yeah, and to be honest, if they're watching porn, they'll be pulling it out and coming over our face.
No, all right. So come on, Griff. All right. So but yeah, you watch. What's this? January. You watch. We're gonna have a bunch of October babies. That there'll be a spike in babies in October. So that was a thing.
Have you got an announcement to make?
No. No announcements. No more babies.
No more babies.
No more babies. So the other thing that a new add-on that I saw out was Realizer. I don't know if any of you guys have checked out the Realizer.
Nope.
And what that is it's a premium add-on. If you've looked at Real Debrid mod or Real Debrid script, where you're able to access the content that you have watched in the past through Real Debrid, this is the same type of thing. I know that on my video way back, I showed about that Real Debrid script. I really like it. I use it on my devices. It's great to have.
What video is that?
Huh?
What video is that about the Real Debrid mod thing? Because I would quite like that.
All right, I'll send that to you. That was my scrapers, torrents, and Real RD.
Oh, I've got that in my saved to watch later.
Oh, hey, no, it's not on that one. It was on RD tips and tricks.
Oh, I've not got that one. I do save some of your ones so I can always go back and watch them because I always tend to forget.
All right, so Bocchino says that creates a lot of problems with RD. Users like to get blocked from RD. So I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything. I just happened to see that they had released that, but I'll have to find out from Bocchino about the being blocked from RD. So maybe he can refer or to enlighten me more on that being blocked from RD. I know that I've been using that RD script for 7 months now, and it was through PTOM. I went from his repository directly and found it to be very good. I mean, I can pull up all any links that I had watched the Real Debrid. I can see them right there, and I can click it and it plays. So it's almost like you bypassed an add-on, and you can add links on the website. On your Real Debrid website, you can actually add links, and then you see them right on your device. So cool thing.
So do you like the add-on?
I don't the Realizer add-on. I don't really care for.
Right.
Looking at it, I didn't really see any extra features that I would say, hey, that's extra. And I feel like that Real Debrid script was a very good script. I like that. So I don't know.
So here's a question then: if you could pick your top 3 add-ons that you go to every day, what would they be?
Well, we can let other people ask that question.
That's what I mean. I'm asking a general question to everybody.
Yeah. So what about? I'll start with ladies first. So we'll start with because Blue is to my left. So Blue, what would be if you had 3 add-ons to pick from?
No idea.
Do you not use Cody anymore?
I haven't used it in a long time.
Have you?
I liked Jor-El. I liked.
Obviously,
you know I can't speak. I can't be honest. I don't really know.
Yeah.
I think I tried a Trades today and it worked good in TK's build.
So you just watch Netflix and that now?
I've been using my Plex.
Oh, your Plex. Oh, I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah. So you guys go ahead.
Okay. What about Kara? Since you're the next lady, what about you?
My main one is Uranus. Obviously.
Is it?
Sorry. And my own build. That's kind of the only 2 I don't. I made a fork, but I kind of use Elysium as well. But I put my own, what do you call it, TMDB numbers and all that in it, so it works.
Yep.
So I use theirs. That's the 3 add-ons that I use. I don't use anything else, kind of, because my add-on kind of covers what I want to watch, basically. So it would be my own add-on that I would tend to go to first. And if I don't have it, I would put it on straight away.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Carl? Do you use any add-ons?
Yeah, I use Just For Him, Lesby Friends, and use 12 free.
Might have known.
I always want to know what's going on in New York and the surrounding areas of Connecticut.
Why?
I don't want to have to pay, so I use them. And great. I mean, what more do I need to know? I need to know about New York.
Does it have a News 10 Baghdad channel?
No, I don't have that one. I'll find it. And obviously, I use Just For Him, obviously. Sorry, mate, didn't mean to do that.
All right, so what about you, Griff?
Probably Uranus.
That is such a good name. Can you remember back in the Bob days? Like, I do miss the Bob days, but do you ever remember when we were talking about like add-on names for what was the one? Elysium? Was it Elysium or? And did you know suggest Uranus at the time?
Yeah.
I did like Uranus.
And then I kind of missed the Bob days. The Bob days were fun.
They were.
Yeah, it was a blast.
It was a blast. It was fun, and we had a laugh, and they were really good. Some days I kind of missed them.
I miss Hackermill. I want Hackermill to come back.
Oh,
who's that?
Nobody. So let's see, Michael, do you have? You use Cody. Do you have any add-ons? Your 3 add-ons.
I honestly just have one add-on in my Cody.
Okay. What's that?
And that's for Plex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a better streaming experience using Plex for my Plex server and my external hard drive with Cody than I do with the actual app.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can't. I mean, if you're Plex server, you can't. It's gonna be hard to beat that. What about you, Juggernaut?
It's kind of hard because being somebody who makes builds that I don't stick to just 3. But if I had to pick some, it would be like on my end, it would be like Loki, Exodus Redo is one that I like, except for now that the Lambda scrapers are starting to go to shit. And then otherwise, it's just kind of a mix-up. Sometimes I just throw, Maverick TV or Yoda, like for right now. But in all in one that I'm liking is like the Death Star. Death Star.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Okay,
those would be my three.
Is that kind of still out there, Death Star? I thought that disappeared.
No, Death Star still.
Is it?
Yeah. For me, I like. I would say Jarrell. I like Jarrell to me because it has the torrent added features. So you have the Exodus port. You have the torrent scrape. A trade these. I would not. I would actually. This is me being honest. I would use a trading if it was on a repository, not part of a build. I would probably use, I thought it looked good. I thought it had a lot of features that I liked. But since you have to kind of go through and get just it through a build right now, that makes me kind of have to say, well, since I can't get it updated regularly, I'm not going to use it. So, but I do like Death Star. I do like Supremacy and Maverick for direct links.
Yeah, they're really good. Yeah, good call.
Deceit has another one that has a lot of direct links. I was actually looking at Cellar Door. He was in the chat earlier. I was looking at his. He did an update for Dominus, and he had an 8K section or 8K. He had a 4K section, and I was amazed on. He links it into Deceit. He had Supremacy, Maverick, and two others. I want to say there was some Death Star. He had like 7 different things that had 4K links that takes you to a 4K section of that add-on. So that would be where I would stick with some of my big add-ons. The other ones, Yoda used to be really good, but I found that it's not as good. I've never used Loki, but when you get to those kind of things, now that you have all this, I have Real Debrid and I have all this torrent scraping. I pretty much I'm using Leviticus inside a Death Star more than anything. I link my build and it takes me right to get. It looks like the old Exodus fork, and I can go to people are watching. I click it and I get great links.
Well, see that one you were talking about. You can only get it because it's on a build. What one was that?
Atreides.
So what kind of features were in that you liked? Was it different?
If you go back and watch my last show, but we actually showed it, and it had it's an Exodus fork, but the Exodus fork, and then it adds the torrenting feature through Real Debrid. So if you have Real Debrid, you will have links out the yin yang. I'm talking, it's a popular movie. You may have 200 or 250 Real
Well,
Debrid.
see with that latest update of the scrapers for Universal, do you know for one of the films I had over 600 links?
Oh yeah.
I was amazed. I was like, I have never seen 600 links to one movie.
Yeah, and what's amazing is the quality of them too.
Yes.
I mean, they're high up there. I mean,
yeah, totally. See, since you told me how to fix it, go in and turn that off. It works perfect now. Perfect. Right. Works great. Works absolutely great.
Donald had another question here, but what if you don't have good with the torrent link still showing up and playing? You can turn that stuff off. Turn it off in. You can turn that off in Resolve URL or URL Resolver. Turn it off.
Yeah.
Check mark. Turn it off. Pick up the add-on, and you should not see those torrent links showing up, and then you won't have to worry about that.
Yeah. That's what I would do. If I didn't have Real Debrid, I would turn them off so I didn't see them.
Yeah.
But the cost of Real Debrid, it just makes a sense to go and get it.
It does. It really does.
You get the links before they're released on most of the main sites. So you'll usually find that 24 hours before, you'll get the links before everyone else. And Real Debrid is just it's like €6 for 3 months. It's so cheap. It's just worth doing. But obviously, if you don't have to do it, if you can't do it, it's not going to ruin your experience. Just turn it off.
Yeah. And Donald said that was that Michael?
I was going to say I've never had Real Debrid, but I got up with the that media HD box, Media Box HD, they got a $10 lifetime for VIP members, and those links, any links that come up that have VIP next to it, is a separate server from the free links. So, and you can have 5 devices on it at one time.
Okay, I've never heard of that one, but yeah. So, but I was going to answer Donald's question. So, yeah, if you turn all that stuff off, and,
it's an APK, not an add-on, but
if you turn that stuff off, you shouldn't see it. So, just if you're nervous of torrenting and you don't want to see those, resolve URL, the setting, and you can turn that off. And I don't have my Kodi open, but it's pretty easy to do. So, and you won't have to worry about that. But like I said, one of the things I did like about Atreides when we were looking at it last week is I liked it that you could turn off certain sections. And Canvas, another add-on, does the same thing where you can go in and turn off certain things that are in the menu that you don't want to see. Like say, what was it? Certifications. I never click on that link. I don't ever click on certification, which would be R or PG or whatever. So I turn that off in the add-on so you don't see that. And I thought that was neat. And there was a couple other things when I look at that, I never click on. So you can customize the menu, and I thought that was a neat feature. So let's see. We're gonna ask a question of the panel, and give me a movie that you've seen in the last week or two that you really liked, and give me a movie that you really didn't like. So one that was awesome and one that was a waste of your time. And we'll start with Juggernaut, which is on my right, and we'll go from the right to left. So what about you, Juggernaut? What a movie that you liked and a movie that just sucked?
Well, way to throw me to the wolves. Now I got to think.
All right. Well, I can ask somebody else, but
well, no. My wife and I, because we do movie reviews on my channel, we watched Bird Box, so we really liked that one. And one that we didn't like, it's actually not a movie. I started watching a series called The Protector, and I don't like it.
Okay. All right. What about you, Michael?
I haven't really watched anything this recently that I didn't like. I did watch, just because I have never sat through it all the way before in the past. I sat and watched a Goofy movie the other night from Disney, and that was pretty good. Of course, I like Disney films, so
So do I.
I like those apps that have everything in a collection. So you see Disney and you click on that, and whatever they've got scrapers for, every movie possible to watch, go through and have your Disney fit, or to have your horror fit, or whatever. So.
All right. What about you, Griff? A movie that you liked and a movie that sucked lately?
Movie that sucked. That's quite easy. I finally got around to watching Star Wars Episode 1, and it was as bad as I thought it would be.
Honestly, I found if you cut out anything that had to do with Anakin Skywalker and Padme Amidala out of all the 3 of those Star Wars movies, then the rest of the movies were good. Like if you fast forward those parts, then it's okay.
No, what's the big CGI guy? He's a pain in the fucking ass.
Yeah, Jar Jar. Yeah.
Yeah. He's sucked.
I like Obi-Wan, and I like Qui-Gon Jinn.
He majorly sucked cock the whole time.
I like your progress. It's not lovely.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And a movie that was good was Vice with.
I knew you were going to say that.
That was a good movie.
That is straight up your street. I knew you were going to say Vice. I knew it.
What about something that you've liked and something you didn't like?
Something I liked. I liked A Star Is Born. I know that's like a really sort of. I really liked it because.
So did I.
I really liked it because my balls were in my wife's fucking handbag the whole time.
I thought it was a great film. I thought it. I mean, I haven't seen the original, so I can't comment or relate to it. And I know that.
Well, the one from 1958.
Barbara Streisand.
That's
no, that's a
1967. Barbara
that's a remake.
Streisand's 1967.
That's a remake.
Anyway, I liked it because I really liked the music. I thought it was great, and I thought Bradley Cooper did a really good portrayal of a pissed up, drug alcoholic.
Totally agree.
Do you know what I mean? He did a really good job, and it's kind of different from him because his usual roles are sort of like action roles, and he did a really good job. And Lady Gaga was just phenomenal. Without all of her makeup on, I was like genuinely impressed with how she looked and definitely how she sang. And it's not my music. My music's heavy metal and
That's your music. That's your music.
Leave him alone, Griff. Leave him alone.
So I really like that. Films that I haven't liked. I watched part of Hunter Killer and I had to turn it off. It was terrible.
That was bad. That was bad.
Everyone is going on about Bohemian Rhapsody, and I won't watch it. I refuse to watch Bohemian Rhapsody.
Well, well, hurry up and finish book one so I can tell you my favourite film and my horrible film.
Wait a minute. You keep interrupting me. It'll take twice as long.
No, you're taking
Bohemian
ages.
Rhapsody. I won't the Bohemian Rhapsody film. For me, it's all biased based on what Brian Moss said. So it's like it actually doesn't relate to Freddie Mercury at all. It's all biased on Brian May, and it's all his sort of side of the story because obviously Freddie's dead. But
right. Well, you've not seen Bohemian Rhapsody, so that wasn't the question. You're not answering the question.
I am answering the question.
You told us you didn't like you didn't like a film, and then you went on to Bohemian Rhapsody. So the next question is
actually right.
Oh wow. Carry on, woman. Do you know what, woman? Just carry on. Just carry on.
No, wait a minute. I've got a question first. Did you get your balls back for your wife?
All right. So Miss Kara, since Kara is dying to tell us what she liked and what she didn't like.
Well, my movie. And get it right up your car is Bohemian Rhapsody. It is fucking amazing. Loved it. I've watched it about 10 times. Love it.
That's why she's jumping on you.
Yeah.
Shit film. Never watched
Love it. And the one that I hated was a waste of time was Bad Times at the El Royale. What a lot of shite.
That's too bad.
What movie did you say you liked?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Michael, you really need to mute your mic when you're moving around. God damn it.
It's friggin' loud.
All right, hold on. I'll mute Mike. All right, Mike's loud. All right, so Kara, you done?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Blue. Movies that you liked lately?
I liked Mowgli.
Oh, I've not seen that yet.
It's adorable. I like Green Book.
Oh, I've not seen that either.
And I actually liked Hunter Killer. Hunter Killer is what it is. It's a cheesy B movie, but some of the action in it is pretty freaking cool, especially the stuff right near the end.
So what is it about?
It's basically warfare, submarine warfare.
Can I just point out though, they show you a clip and they say it's the Russian Navy and it's actually the British Navy. If you look at the flags.
No, it doesn't really matter. The whole point is though, it's a lot of action and fun stuff. What I didn't like the Outlaw King. Thought that was a pile of crap.
Outlaw King?
That was basically the Braveheart spin-off essentially. Yes. It was about Robert the Bruce.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually filmed in Scotland for a change.
Well, why didn't they get a friggin' Scottish actor? Like Chris Pine with the Scottish accent was horrible.
Yeah.
I know, you're much better with Mel Gibson. He's much more believable.
Okay.
No, you know what? He was much more believable than Chris Pine was.
Yeah, a racist alcoholic. Yeah. Probably right.
It would be better to throw Gerard Butler in there because at least he's friggin' Scottish.
I forgot what fun it is to have Griffin on the show. All right, so
fuck you.
Hey, I'm not saying my opinions on stuff, and I'm sorry that it was about Scottish stuff because I love that. I love Scottish history. The problem is Chris Pine, bad casting in that.
Yeah.
Hey, Butcher, Todd.
Yeah. Should I go Mark McManus on?
Yes. All right. I do have to get going because I don't know if you got the alert. I got my show starting in a few minutes. So I'm going to jump off. I want to thank you for being on the panel, and it's a good topic. I liked it when I covered it yesterday. And I want to put it out there that everybody in the panel, those who I just met, it's nice to meet you, Griffin, and what is it? Is it Kara? Kara?
Yeah,
You two are absolutely welcome to grace my panel anytime. Griffin, you are fucking hilarious. You can go buck wild on my channel anytime. I'm sitting here laughing so hard my stomach's hurting.
he's amazing.
Yeah, but I do have to go. Everybody, thanks for watching us, and thanks, Butcher.
Yeah.
Hey, Juggernaut.
Hey, Jug, put a number 1 over on the side chat so that people can see it, and they can click on. You'll see if you see his name, click the little 3 dots, and you will be able to link to his channel. He does a lot of good videos, so check that out. So thanks for being on here, Jug. All right, my movies, because it's about time we got to me after. God grief.
Yes.
I just saw A Star Is Born today, and I really liked it.
Fuck, he's gay, I know.
I liked it, and I actually at the end, that my allergies acted up.
No, I cried as well. I cried.
It was my allergies were acting up. I think it's the pollen in the air. But my eyes were watering at the end.
I'll be fucking crying if somebody puts it on in here.
It was so sad at the end.
And Green Book is a good movie. Griff. I had to mute Griff because good grief, he had some feedback. Green Book, I watched Green Book, and I really liked Green Book, and that's based on a story of a very famous, and it was this true story of a famous pianist that was world known, and it was in the 60s, and he traveled in the south of the U.S. during this, and he was black, and what he had to go up against in the even though he was welcomed in these towns and these people's homes, and because they wanted to hear him play because he was so great, and then they were prejudiced and treated him differently, even though they were willing to come there and listen to him play and sit around in like their fancy clothes.
But he wasn't allowed to use their washroom.
Couldn't use the bathroom. Got to go out to the outhouse. It was amazing of what people had to go through. Black folks had to go through in the 60s.
Just the 60s, what about now?
The part about it though is he hires essentially a racist Italian, like a WAP. Yeah. There you go. You're probably not supposed to use that to drive him around. So the friendship that they have, it turns into friendship, is awesome. They're just neat together.
Yeah, it was a
good movie.
Good movie. Good. It was based on a true story. So I would suggest people to watch it. It's a little bit of a drama, but really good.
But it's funny too.
I can see where the guy, and I don't remember his name, he's a foreign actor, but he actually won like a Golden Globe, I think, for the Green Book.
Why? Yeah, I can't even pronounce his name. Mahershala Ali. It's something like that. Yeah. He won something last year too. He won an Academy Award last year.
And it's a really good.
Now he's starring in the 3rd or 4th season of True Detective.
And all right, for the movie that I hated. The movie that I hated was Replica. Oh my God. I mean, the movie had such potential. Such potential. All the fancy, I like all that fancy, special effects and all. To me, the acting was terrible. The dialogue was terrible. The storyline was terrible. The way that they raced through the story. And I'm thinking, what is this even about? I don't. It was just unrealistic. So Replica, cannot say. I mean, it's just I just hated it. So Green Book, I would say, is good. So and then A Star Is Born, which I was shocked that I actually like Star Is Born. I really.
I've not watched Replica yet.
I mean, it just but yeah,
Replica wasn't good.
Say what? You're breaking up there, Carl.
That wasn't me.
Oh, was that Griff? Oh, somebody was breaking up. So
Replica's wasn't that good.
Michael, your mic's all jacked up. All right. Well, so I got to put you on mute. Mike, your mic was like doing this jump. All right. So anybody else got any questions? We went for a little over an hour and a half.
Now.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. So I don't want to run too much later. I know Juggernaut's going to be starting, so I don't like to be running over somebody else's show. He's a friend of mine. So we pretty much touched on a lot of the subjects. All right, I'll go ahead and let everybody. We'll race through the panel. Everybody got something to finish up with before I finish up. Blue, we'll go ahead. In Shrinkage End, I did see Bird Box. Fine movie, except for the last 15 minutes of it. I thought that's. But go ahead, Blue.
About what?
We're finishing up the show. Anything you got to finish up with? Anything you want to?
Yeah, I'll be getting back to everybody about how my VR experience goes.
Okay. So have you tried it yet?
Oh, well, yeah and no, because I'm talking to you guys, so I'm like itching to. I'm glad the show's almost over. No offense, but I'm like new tech, and I'm excited.
Okay.
Oh, can you take a picture of it if you get new equipment or something?
I look like a complete jackass. Not a chance of that.
So what is that, the thing that goes over your eyes, Blue?
Yeah, totally.
She's gonna get some lesbian porn on.
Oh, is that a picture? Oh,
Actually, that's exactly it right there.
let me see it again. Put it up.
Pop it on, Todd.
No.
That's
Come
good.
on. I actually have a video of him when I went to see him one time, and he was on this platform, and it has rails that you hang onto, and you put those goggles on, and then it's like it moves you around, and there's shit at you. It's hilarious the way he was reacting to it.
Oh, that would be so awesome to see.
Whatever. Okay, we'll go on to Kara. My whole feelings hurt, but Kara, looking like a
Peace and love to everybody. Let's be kind to other people.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, good idea.
Fuck that.
That's my final thought. Be kind to other people. Do unto others what you would do to yourself.
No wonder Carl never sits beside me. All right, so Carl, what are some words for you, bud?
I have nothing to say this time.
Nothing can top that one.
All right, Grip, what about you?
Well, I'll be honest. I did think your country was really, really stupid, and the fact that this year, just this week, what's this thing with Sandra Bullock? It's called Bird Box. People are doing the Bird Box challenge where they're blindfolding themselves and driving down the street in your country. I just find that amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I just bent on it.
There's a lot of inbreeding there.
Yeah, I don't know if it was in the South. It probably was.
No, it wasn't. Actually, it was. Wasn't your prince? Wasn't your prince just got in a car wreck? I think it was him.
No, it wasn't him.
Oh yeah, like the old dude.
Your prince was in an accident today.
He's like 110 years old though.
Yeah,
I
he was
don't
doing
even
the
know
Bird
why
Box
he's
shit.
recording.
He's 97, but at least it could have been worse. It could have been his wife driving.
100. All right. Are you talking about that guy, that Charles guy?
The prince.
Talking about the Queen's husband.
Yeah, the prince. What's his? Prince Edward, or who is he now?
I mean, come on, 97. He shouldn't be
I
driving.
don't know.
Philip.
To be fair, they are the biggest benefit scroungers in the UK.
Yeah.
All right, so Griff. Well, we had you finished with that. What about Michael? Do you got any finishing words, Michael? Wait, you're on mute.
Cody Marcel.
Muted.
You're on mute. You're on mute. You got to unmute yourself. You got to unmute yourself, Mike. There you go. We don't hear you. I don't hear you. I don't hear you.
Unmute.
Michael, you got to unmute yourself.
Bueller.
Michael's like, where the hell is that?
Bueller.
I had to mute you because we were getting feedback.
Can you know?
Oh, Michael.
Well, shit, I can't hear you.
I hear you. I hear you. All right, Michael. Michael, come in, Michael. Earth to Michael. Houston to Michael. Houston to Michael. Do you hear us, Michael? No, we still don't hear you, Michael.
You can't even see him now.
All right. I gotta stop. All right. So, sorry, Michael. I didn't mean to get your. I got you all jacked up and stuff. So
what's that? What's that you've got in the background there? On your TV?
Plex.
Oh, that looks nice. That doesn't look like. That's a nice layout.
Yeah, that's Plex. Yeah. So, looks
Oh,
awesome.
look at the cable hanging down onto the speaker thing. That's bad.
It's just it is bad. So all right. Thanks for everybody joining the show. Trying to us having a good time and enjoying and talking about some stuff. I will say a couple of things. Be careful of some of the APKs that you're installing. I know that everybody races to find the newest APK and like, oh, I want to have the newest. You need to be careful about what you're installing on your devices. Even if it's an add-on, always having the newest add-on is always not always the best thing to have. Michael, you got your mic on? No. So, I just want to thank everybody for coming on here and just be careful about what devices that you're installing stuff on, what add-ons you're installing. Sorry, I had to do it again because his mic's working, but not. But so again, be careful about what you're installing. Do a little research. Don't try to have the newest stuff out there. I wasn't that bad mouthing Zion TV. I read what he had posted on Reddit, and it was on the chat. I posted the link over there. Feel free to go over there and check it out yourself. Don't just rely on me. Go read it and find out for yourself. The other thing is, I'll be philosophical in a way, and I'm just gonna say, you know what? Be happy, and if you're with people that aren't making you happy, change the people you're with.
Definitely.
Be around people that make you happy and not people trying to bring you down. So often we feel like we have to be with certain people for whatever reasons, and those people bring us down in many ways. Be around people that build you up, people that make you feel good, people that make you feel good about yourself.
And make you laugh. People that make you laugh. Totally.
I mean, life is, you can be gone tomorrow, folks.
Yep.
So enjoy the people you're with, and if the people aren't building you up that you're around, change the people you're with. So thanks everybody. Have a good life, and I'll get with you over on next Friday. Hopefully I'm gonna reach and try to grab some more APK guys to see about what we can get going on. Michael, is your mic working now?
Yeah, what do you want to know?
I was going to give you an opportunity. Is there anything you want to close on because we're getting ready to wrap up the show? Any closing comments?
Well, apps is like a box of chocolates. You can't listen to what somebody else says is good.
There you go. All right.
And human trafficking is real.
Yeah. So, all right. I want to thank everyone for being on here. Thanks for everybody watching. Everybody have a good time, and peace out, because streaming matters to us, because streaming matters to you, folks. Peace out.